Hello and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Wark, and today my guest is Krystle Edwards, founder of Grit City Women. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet. I'm really looking forward to this interview because when you think about making Tacoma a great place to live and work, programs like Grit City Women are just a great example of how we continue to find new ways to make the place better. Tell us about Grit City Women.
Grit City Women is a female-forward organization that nurtures a creative approach to empowering small business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders in Tacoma. It basically has networking events, seminars, workshops, and it allows women the opportunity to connect and to learn from one another and use each other as resources to help their business boost or help them get into leadership positions and all those other great things.
Sounds like it's really taking off.
It is. It's actually taking off way more than I expected.
So lots of variety of businesses, a variety of people, including some wanting to start a business, some who've established their businesses, everyone exchanging and learning from each other.
Yes, it's been incredible. So we have doctors, we have bookkeeping consultants, financial advisors, architects, you name it, we got it. So.
And it's a business.
It is a business.
So tell us about the business component of it. You have events, and then you have memberships and sponsorships, right?
Yeah. So the idea behind having the sponsorships is to help keep the costs low and affordable to women that are starting out and the smaller businesses that maybe don't have a bigger budget. So we can help kind of give them a hand up. So the sponsors, right now we have the Business Shop and Melissa Jones.
Business Shop?
Yes, the Business Shop is a female-owned small business here in Tacoma.
Oh.
Bookkeeping consultant, so they're one of our sponsors. And then Melissa Newell, a financial advisor, she's one of our sponsors as well. And then also 7Cs and Elope 253, they sponsor us with event spaces.
Wonderful. So that gives you an example of the kind of people who are leaning in and supporting it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a ton of support. It's been incredible, the people that have come forward to say, I love what you're doing and I want to be a part of it. How can we help?
So tell me about the events. What happens at them?
So the monthly networking events are, we get a speaker, a local woman from Tacoma or that has a really solid affiliation with Tacoma. And really, it can be anything that they're a part of. So we've had weightlifters, we've had bookkeeping consultants, we have mountaineers and accountants, and then also scientists that are going to be coming and speaking at our events. And they essentially share their story, share the challenges that they faced, maybe some that are specifically related to being a woman in the industry, lessons learned, and it's educational and inspirational. And they're really laid back, so you're not forced to do anything out of your comfort zone. You can come and show up, relax, you can mingle if you want, or you can just listen to the speaker and you just go on your way. So
you have the talk. Are there other components to the events?
That's it. We have about 30 minutes. Usually we have refreshments there, so you can come in and mingle, and then we have the speaker. There is usually a Q&A towards the end, which is my personal favorite part because that really goes into, it can go anywhere. And there's a lot of really valuable information that you get from the Q&A. And those usually last for another 10 minutes after the speaker is speaking. And that's an opportunity for women to pick the brain of the person that's there. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
And those are structured so that there's both sort of the lecture component and some interaction amongst groups.
Yes.
Really focus in on learning from each other.
Yeah, those are going to be very educational and just all about getting women this knowledge so they feel comfortable either starting out on their own at a smaller scale and then knowing when they need to hire a professional to move forward to the next step, right?
And that's a key point.
Yes.
So it's great to see this kind of support for entrepreneurship. But I know every entrepreneur has a story.
Yeah.
And of how they started doing their business.
Right.
And you're no exception because your day job is working at the Naval Shipyard?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
You're a supervisor?
Yes, I'm a manager there, yes.
Up in Bremerton. And so you do this in addition to that work.
Yeah.
But you came into it by establishing a nonprofit.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I started the Liz Rocks Foundation.
Liz Rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is about mountain climbing, right?
It is a little bit about mountain climbing. It's actually in honor of one of my best friends who was lost in an accident about 5 years ago. Her name was Liz Daley, and she went to Stadium High School. She was a pioneer in the mountaineering industry as a female. She actually just got inducted into the Tacoma Pierce County Hall of Fame as the first snowboarder.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, yeah. So we've done a lot of work in her honor because she was such a revolutionary woman in the mountaineering industry and especially in the snowboarding industry. So, and obviously she was an incredible human. So we just decided we wanted to do something in honor of her, and we partnered with the Greater Metro Parks Foundation, a bunch of us friends, and raised money to build a rock climbing wall at Point Defiance Park in her honor.
That's great. How is it going?
Great. So we raised $150,000 in the first 2 years.
Wow.
And now we probably ended that in 2017, I want to say. And so they are actually starting to survey the area in Camp 6 to prepare for the construction and design of the wall.
And who do you have in mind taking advantage of this wonderful rock wall?
Everyone. And in my mind, everyone should be
Great.
taking advantage of it. You know, definitely the youth. You know, right now we currently do, now that the wall is done, we provide scholarships for underrepresented youth to do mountaineering activities. So I would love to see the wall utilized for that some more. And then obviously the public, anybody who wants to get into climbing, they can go out there and climb on the wall.
So you're impacting the community in so many ways. So in the process of the fundraising and sort of engaging in nonprofit activity, you realized you could use some extra business savvy.
Yeah.
Is that what launched Grit City Women?
Definitely.
Yeah. Is there a moment when, how did you come to starting a whole organization on?
So when I was going through that process, there was never that moment, but there was always that hole, you know, where I would be online looking at information and just maybe wanting a little validation.
That's really interesting. So that's your audience. Those are the people out there who are watching this saying, I do that.
Right.
You mean I could just go hang out with these amazing women and gritty people and learn stuff?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we definitely all have, you know, come to where we're at with a lot of grit just and learning on our own and trial and error and failures, you know. So that's how later down the road, I realized there was a need for that.
Okay, so did you start when you did your first seminar or your first evening event where you drew people in to come listen to a speaker, did you have in mind that it will evolve into this business with sponsorships and everything?
I had a vision of that because I would love to see this grow and to be something that can impact a lot of women in the community and eventually something that I can have be my full-time career that I can focus on because I am so passionate about it. And in order for that to happen, I have to have it become a business and I want it to be accessible. So I have to figure out the business model and be very precise about how I'm doing that. So sponsorships were always going to be a part of that and the support from other local businesses that want to empower women. So they support our vision. So
that's great.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing for the community. Tacoma is doing so many things for entrepreneurs, and there's so many different parts of that. This just seems like a really important piece.
Yeah.
And I just have to add one more thing, since there's the rock walls and you scaled the challenges of entrepreneurship. Climbing mountains is not novel to you. This is something you do, right?
Apparently, yeah. You know.
How many mountains have you peaked?
So I've climbed Rainier, summited Rainier, Helens, Adams, and Baker.
And next will be?
Well, I'm hoping to do Hood next, but maybe next summer. Yeah.
So all this ties into everything you do.
Yeah, you know, it really is a little bit about that risk taking and a little bit about reaching the next level, that next peak, that next obstacle, and putting in the work, the training, and just kind of stepping out and doing it. And I think that translates from the mountains. You know, you take that risk to go. You don't know if you're going to summit. You don't know what's going to happen. And you put in a lot of work to prepare to get there. And you might not make it, but if you do, it's amazing. And I think that's the same thing with entrepreneurship too, you know.
So people out there watching this who are thinking, I wonder if Grit City might be for me.
Yeah.
Given all that, what would you say?
I would say definitely come check out one of our events. Check out the website. You can follow us on social media and see what we're all about. You know, we're just, the more the merrier.
Welcoming.
Yes.
A lot easier than taking those first few steps to climb a mountain.
Yeah.
But it can take you far.
Yes, and you know, the community that's in Grit City Women is very welcoming, and some of the comments that I've gotten back is that it is very authentic. So the connections that the women are building are very authentic, and even myself, from the members that I have now, I feel like I've known them forever because we all come together and we're so excited about what's happening.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Krystle, thank you for being the guest today.
Thank you.
And good luck with your business and everything you do.
Yes, thank you so much. It was my pleasure.